We live in an era where information is free, but attention is priceless. Every day, you absorb thousands of data points that compete for your mind. But how many of these digital signals actually help you move toward your goals? The paradox of our age is that abundance can lead to stagnation. The more you know about things that don't matter, the harder it becomes to focus on the one thing that will actually change your career. We are being strangled by a network of noise, a constant stream of information that promises wisdom but often delivers only mental exhaustion and doubt. This noise is the enemy of progress. It creates a false sense of being busy while keeping you rooted in the exact same place for years. When your mind is cluttered with the trivial, there is no room left for the essential. True growth requires the courage to let go of distractions. Consider the time you spend every day consuming content that adds nothing to your skills. This is time being stolen from your future self's success. Every minute spent on useless data is a minute lost for deep work. We are trading our most valuable asset for digital crumbs that leave us hungry. The truth is simple. Knowing more unnecessary things makes it harder to reach what you actually need. Information is a tool, not a destination for life. If you want to move forward, you must learn the art of selective ignorance. You must decide what is worth knowing and what must be ignored. Welcome to the journey of refinement. Today, we explore why knowing less is actually the most powerful strategy for your professional and personal career advancement. Many of us fall into the trap of perfectionism. We believe that if we just read one more book, we will finally be ready to start. This is the maze of overanalysis. We search for the perfect path, the perfect strategy, and the perfect timing, but they simply do not exist at all. Information becomes a crutch for the fearful. We use research as a way to procrastinate on the actual work that scares us the most today. Look at the imbalance in most careers. We spend 90% of our time thinking and only 10% actually doing the hard work required. This creates analysis paralysis. You are mentally exhausted from processing options, yet you haven't taken a single step toward your actual career goals. Remember this phrase: imperfect action will always beat perfect inaction. A messy start is infinitely better than a perfectly planned stagnation that never begins. When you stop trying to know everything, you give yourself permission to move. Movement creates its own clarity that no amount of study can provide. Success is a game of momentum, not a game of perfect knowledge. The most successful people are those who act before they feel fully ready. Stop looking for more data points and start looking for more action points. Your career will thank you for the progress you finally make today. The weight of unnecessary information is like a heavy anchor. Cut the rope, embrace the uncertainty, and just take the first step toward your dream. Real intelligence is not about how much you can hold in your head, but how effectively you can apply what you already know to reality. Our brains were never designed to handle the infinite data of the digital age. We have biological limits that we often ignore to our detriment. When you try to fill every drawer, the system begins to jam. Overload leads to forgetfulness, stress, and a decrease in creative problem-solving ability. Selective ignorance isn't about being unintelligent. It is a vital psychological filter that protects your cognitive resources for the tasks that truly matter. By choosing to ignore 99% of incoming data, you free up your mental RAM for what we call deep work and high-level strategy. This is where innovation happens. It doesn't come from a crowded mind, but from a mind that has enough space to connect the truly important dots. You must protect your focus as if it were your most valuable currency. Because in the modern economy, your ability to concentrate is your greatest edge. Think of your mind as a high-performance engine. If you put too much low-quality fuel in it, the engine will eventually stall and break down. High-quality information is rare and quiet. Low-quality noise is abundant and loud. Successful people learn to listen to the silence in between. Being uninformed about the latest gossip or trivial news is a badge of honor. It means you are busy building something that actually matters. When you refine your mental inputs, your output becomes sharper. You stop being a generalist who knows nothing and start being a specialist who excels. Clarity is the ultimate reward of selective ignorance. It allows you to see the path through the forest when everyone else is lost in trees. Let's look at a famous experiment from the University of Florida. A photography professor divided his students into two very different groups for a project. Group A was the quantity group. Their grade was based solely on how many photos they produced. 100 photos earned them an automatic A. Group B was the quality group. They only needed to produce one single photo, but it had to be near perfect to get a high grade. The quantity group spent their time shooting. They didn't worry about perfection. They just kept clicking the shutter and moving from one subject to another. Meanwhile, the quality group sat and theorized. They read about the perfect angle and waited for the perfect light, but they rarely took any actual photos. At the end of the term, a shocking result emerged. The most artistic and technically perfect photos all came from the quantity group, not the quality group. Why? Because while Group A was busy failing and learning through action, Group B was paralyzed by the theory of what a perfect photo should be. Group A learned about lighting by actually seeing it change. They learned composition by making mistakes and correcting them in the very next shot they took. The quality group had more knowledge, but the quantity group had more skill. Knowing how to do it is nothing compared to actually doing it repeatedly. Real learning happens in the execution phase, not the research phase. You can't think your way into becoming an expert. You have to work your way there. In your career, are you sitting in Group B, waiting for the perfect data? Or are you in Group A, willing to take 100 messy shots? The art of being Vorti is choosing to stop studying the map and finally starting the engine. Experience is the only teacher that never lies to you. This brings us to the 77% rule. It is the antidote to the trap of waiting for total certainty before you decide to take action. The rule is simple. Once you have roughly 77% of the information you need, you must stop researching and start doing immediately. Waiting for 100% certainty is a fantasy. By the time you know everything, the opportunity has usually passed you by, or someone else took it. That final 23% of knowledge can only be found in the field. It is the kind of wisdom that cannot be written in any book. This is just-in-time learning. You learn the details as you need them, not in advance, just in case you might need them one day. When you move, the world reveals the next step. If you stay still, the horizon remains hidden. Action is the primary light source for your path. Just get moving. Knowledge will find you when you are sweating on the field, not when you are sitting in the stands watching others play. Real-world problems are the best teachers. They force you to filter out the theory and focus on the practical solutions that actually work in reality. Confidence doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from knowing that you can figure them out as you go along the way. Progress is messy, but it is the only way to arrive. Leave the pursuit of total knowledge to the philosophers. The achievers choose the path of action. Now let's see how this philosophy applies to your career network and the environment you choose to surround yourself with every day. In your career, not all information is equal. Some of it is like dead weight on a tree, stealing nutrients from the branches that actually produce fruit. You must prune your career. Cut away the office drama, the useless skills you'll never use, and the constant noise of temporary industry trends. The person who is vorty ignorant of petty politics and gossip is the one with the quietest mind and the greatest capacity for complex problem solving. When you stop feeding the distractions, your energy naturally flows toward your core strengths. This is where true career acceleration happens for you. Promotion doesn't go to the person who knows every rumor. It goes to the person who knows exactly which lever to pull to create the most value. Quiet focus is a superpower in a world of loud distraction. It allows you to see opportunities that everyone else is too busy talking over. Build your career on the foundation of what is essential. A tree that tries to grow in every direction at once will never reach the sun. The art of knowing less is really the art of caring more about the few things that define your professional legacy and your future happiness. When you simplify your inputs, you amplify your outputs. Your life becomes less about managing chaos and more about mastering your chosen craft. Success is not a horizontal search for more. It is a vertical climb toward deeper understanding and more meaningful, impactful work. As we conclude, remember that your mind is your garden. Be careful which seeds you allow to take root in your precious mental space. Have the courage to not know. Have the courage to ignore the noise that the rest of the world is so desperately trying to follow today. By leaving the junk behind, you make space for the extraordinary. A mind that is not full of trash has room for the divine inspiration of work. When you finally decide to act, the world will see a level of focus that is terrifyingly powerful. You will become an unstoppable force of nature. Selective ignorance is the ultimate sophisticated tool for the modern professional. It is the filter that turns a victim of data into a master of results. You don't need more information. You need more intent. You don't need more books. You need more trials, more errors, and more real-world victories. Know less. Do more. Let your results speak for you, while everyone else is still busy researching how to begin their journey. Thank you for choosing to spend these minutes with us. May your mind be clear, your focus sharp, and your actions bold, starting from today. The path is now open. The noise is gone. The rest is up to you. Go out there and start making your own imperfect progress.